One answer is it's probably not going to change anything at all. I mean, our roadmaps are multi-year roadmaps. Unless something really catastrophic happens to the economy, we are planning as we sit here today, and our board meeting happens to be tomorrow and Thursday. So, we're going to go in front of the board. We're going to review next year's plans. We're going to review the 5-year strategy. We haven't changed the thing. Do we have sort of models of what would happen in a full-blown recession, and if the crisis continued for many months as opposed to a small? Sure, that's just business risk management. We've got to do that sort of stuff. But here's what will change. There's a lot of bargains out there right now. And I don't wish anybody any harm, but there are a lot of small companies that were struggling before. They are really struggling now. When the capital markets dry up the way they have, and the credit markets dry, you got companies out there that are on the cusp of delivering perhaps their first products, or maybe their second product, and they've gone through mezzanine, their late stage venture. There's all sorts of opportunity out there now. They're really in a sink or swim kind of mode. So we're sort of looking more hungrily at smaller sort of fill-in-the-blank kinds of technology acquisition opportunities. And then, there are some bigger companies out there who are going to struggle now. A lot of our competitors went through had a business model where they financed their receivables. We don't do that. We don't think it's a good practice, and for the simple reason that if you finance your receivables and suddenly credit dries up, oops. Well, I have no way of predicting how any of this is going to turn out. As I said, I don't really wish anybody any ill, but that's a big change. Whereas we would, when we do our financial planning for the R&D expense, we bracket a chunk of money for fill-in acquisition types, and it's a 9-figure million kind of number. It's not insignificant. So we think about that, and that's part of the steady state planning. But now all of a sudden, we might have to start reaching deeper into our pocketbook. We've got a lot of cash. We're essentially net of debt free. I have a lot of free cash. So who knows? We're our own worst critics. We look at the portfolio and we say, God, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that, or I wish I could accelerate the investment in that area, but a lot of customers look at it and go, wow, you guys got a lot of stuff, and isn't that great? So, it's like looking at your kid's report card. Lots of A's but a couple of B's. You're like, oh, what's wrong with those B's? So with the introduction of the data center automation technologies, the IT process automation manager, service automation, those things, there's still some other things that we can use in that service delivery model realization area. So there's some things I think that they're either on the roadmap to build, or they're on the roadmap for partner buy kinds of decision processes. So I think in generally speaking, the service management area, we could use some additional technology, again, whether we develop it or we rapidly come to market with it through acquisition, TBD. We know we need to do a better job of pulling together and creating a full suite of governance products. We've got a really good solution for IT governance, a really good solution for information governance. We've started to pull and create some content to do some levels of business governance around generalized risk and compliance. We've got a green governance initiative. So there's probably some things that we could use to fill out a portfolio of governance solutions. So perhaps some things in that area, to accelerate time to market and have a more comprehensive suite of governance products. And then in the identity space, we actually just made a small acquisition of a company, Eurekify, to augment our role-based identity stuff. There are some other areas within identity management, as opposed to the general security market, where I think we could do some things. And then lastly, in SOA management, I mean, one of the things that we've got some product plans in-house around SOA governance, and as opposed to the other IT and business governance. I mean, this is more technology-focused governance, runtime governance, that sort of thing. Anyway, that we got some product plans there, but again, there may be some things out there that are worth looking at now in the current climate. So generally, those are some areas, and they're all on my radar. I mean, that's a big part of what I do is I try to stick my head out of the cockpit once in a while and see what's going on in the real world. It doesn't always work, but I try.